Awesome. So how's everybody doing today? Morning workout is done. So make sure you have your shake. Just bear with me about 35 to 40 minutes, right? So I'm just going to share to you guys about a story which would maybe change your life, maybe inspire you, or just add a little bit of fire in whatever you want to do, right? So before we get started, let me just ask you guys this question. Let's do a self check. What I mean by self check is just ask yourself this question right now. Do you have dreams? If you do, and you're not thinking a lot, type 5. Okay, so I see people typing 5. All right, so let's go into the next question. Do you remember what was your dream when you were just a kid? I'm not sure about you guys, but when someone asked me this question about four years ago, I was stunned. I was not able to answer that person at all, right? Because when we were young, there is literally nothing stopping us from dreaming something, from wanting something so badly, right? No one is going to come and tell us that, hey, you cannot dream that. That is too much. No one is going to come and tell us. All right. But as you grow up, as you move on in life, you're starting to take things more serious and you start set boundaries. So for me, today, I'm just going to share what really changed me, made me to go ahead with my dreams and how am I living my life right now, right? So I was this kid when I was growing up. My family, let's just give you guys a little background. So my family, the guy who you see in this picture, let's go on the left hand side, consider the yellow outfit, right? So that's Ben is actually my elder brother. It's so happy to say and so grateful to say back then it was just both of us, right? and and we grew up in an Indian household where parents, I wouldn't say parents, I will only say my dad, right? So my dad was like a mindset, having a mindset that education is everything. There's a term saying that you are a doctor, lawyer, or you are a failure if you are an Indian. So there's only the great options. Believe it or not, Ben was asked to study for doctor, and he said, "No, I'm not doing that." Right, and so that's how we grew up, and back then our parents has this. My dad, not parents. My dad is a different person. My mom is a cool person, right? So just to give you guys a little thing that me and Ben was the only two person when we grow up. It was fun because he was my first friend, right? So I'm not sure about if you guys have siblings that only you and another person or another two-person who are almost at the same age, because me and Ben was about 2 years different, right? And we started, our lifestyle was pretty much wake up, go to school, tuitions, and trainings. What I mean by training is the extracurricular activities. We were sent to swimming, we were sent to running, and then we were playing badminton, we were playing golf. So it's all systematic. The reason is my dad wasn't so fortunate on getting education, and he feels a lot of people are going misguided as an Indian community. So the only way to keep us is fully occupied to education or activities, right? So the only free time me and Ben gets is before sleep, right? So Ben sleeps up here, I sleep down, right? So in a bed. So we used to talk a lot before we go to sleep. And that's the time that we will share, like, hey, we need to do this, we need to do that. But we were just primary kids. We could talk, right? So we would just share this. We want to do this, buy a big house, buy a car. And then there was one amazing dream that we wanted to do is just build up a slide, which is like so high, and you come down with high speed. I was realizing as time goes by that there was no limitation to the dreams that we wanted, right? But things started to change because as you age up, as you move on, people start painting this idea into our mind that in order for you to achieve your dreams, who have experienced this before? in order for you to achieve the dreams that you ever wanted, you got to study hard, you got to get into a job and work really hard, and then you will achieve and you will live a dream life. This is what my community, my society people will actually was painting this towards us. So in this scenario, it will be my dad, right? So I was just thinking, wow, that means if I do this, I do this, I do this, then I can achieve whatever I wanted together with Ben, is it? So I was like that curious, right? Because I remember just being a kid and just dreaming. It was so happy. So I knew that that dream will make me happy. So I wanted to work towards it, right? But unfortunately, I'm not so good in education. I don't enjoy studying maths. I don't enjoy studying science. I don't enjoy studying moral. I don't enjoy studying pendidikan jasmani. No, I don't. So I don't see the purpose in it. I don't feel motivated in it. And one fine day, just to impress my dad, just to keep my dad off my shoe, like, why are you not studying? Just to keep that off, I will just pass. I won't study hard, right? And but Ben is the opposite. He studies really, really hard. He always come back with scores. So that was a bit challenging. And at that point of time, I actually saw Lee Chong Wei. I was playing badminton All England. I saw he won. And I was thinking, because I started playing badminton when I was 5 years old, right? So I was thinking to myself, you know what? Okay, put education aside. Why don't I build my dream with sports, right? And I thought that I can be the next, national squad player. But turned down again. At the age of 16, I just a little feedback to you guys. If you guys want to play sport, you need to really start at a young age. At the age of 15 to 16, you need to be in the junior squad or something like that. So I didn't make it because I can play, but I'm not playing up to the level that the squad needs. So I was turned down. At the age of 16 to enter 17, I got really serious about life because my dreams, I want to achieve big things, but I don't know what am I supposed to do, right? Guess what I did? Would you guys believe it that I believe Google? I literally type it out before SPM about 6 to 8 months ago. I typed, what is the world highest paying job? And from there is where I saw a lot of, but back then, because I typed, I didn't know how internet works back then, right? So when you type paying job, it comes for a job. Highest paying career, they would have put in business, entrepreneurs and all that, right? So paying job, I saw one was it when I saw all the categories there, it was all about risking life. You got to do risky things and you'll get paid. So the riskiest things was there like underwater diver, welder, a shark tank cleaner, then marine officer, marine engineer. And guess what? I tried them all. So I literally, at the age of after SPM, I just passed my SPM because I want to, and then I went to Pulau Redang to work as an underwater diver, and I drove boat and all that. So I realized that whole process that I was enjoying it, and I want to because I still want to go for my dreams, right? So I need something which pays me big, and I want to really do it, right? But here's the thing. I choose the marine officer not by choice. It came by accident because there's so many other things that I tried. Underwater diver, they say you need recommendation and then you need influence and all that. So I couldn't get through that. And I went into being a marine officer, right? And I worked almost 5 years. First thought when it comes to your mind, being in a marine life. First thing, this guy, Coach Dharmans or Dino, he is in a good job. So why do he needs to lose weight? Why do you think that he needs this career and all that came, right? Let me just break the ice to you shortly. So I love my job because number one, I always in sea. When I feel that I'm on water, I'm super calm and I like it. And Second thing, remember that earlier I said, there's a community people that always think that doctor, lawyer, or failure. In a way, I feel I was impressing people. Being in a good job, it's nice, it's prestige and all that. I started living for people's opinion, and I forgot the core value of why I wanted this. It's because I want to build a dream life, right? But at the beginning, it was so amazing. That's how I would look at year 2014. I have no comments on how it is, but back then I used to work for Shell. It's nice, always in petrol. I mean, you see petrol movement, you understand the chemical, and then you bring the ship. I steer a 400-meter ship. It was amazing feel, right? However, here's the part about Marine's life, which I feel after 3 years plus, it was really, really, really challenging, right? So first thing first, being a Marine, your job scope that requires that you need to stay about 6 months in the sea, minimum, right? But back then I was chasing this dream. I need money, I need to buy stuff and all that. And I was a bit, I stayed away the longest from a family was 2 years, 6 months around there. Because I worked long in the ship. I didn't come back home, right? And I was started missing family. And I'll be thinking that, oh no, I'm sacrificing, I'm doing the right thing for the family, to build the thing which I want and all that. And as time goes by, you start lose motivation, start losing focus. It was really tough at that time. At times it will get really quiet and lonely. And it's really, really depressing, right? So it's like someone just took you and chucked you in the middle of the sea, and then you can't communicate, can't do anything. There's no phone signal, nothing, right? So I was always asking myself that during the whole process of being in the ship, I was like, what was my dream? Huh? And what I want to do? Oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. But I'm always at the sea. If I buy something, I'm not going to enjoy it. But where else can I get something which is going to pay me this high? I always thought about it, right? But however, universe knows when to put what to put. I met in an accident, right? So when I met in an accident in the ship, I actually have a fracture on my back, slip disc, and I had to come back home, right? So when I had to come back home, it was a kind of joy first, but I didn't know what was coming on after that. So I still came back very lean. I was not having any weight issue, right? But once I came back, I started really, really eating a lot. I used to smoke, I used to drink, right? So I was really into that lifestyle of being unhealthy. I started putting on massive weight in a very short period of time. And I didn't know where was this going. And when my company called me and said that we can't take you anymore due to the accident, you need to recover first, which is unfortunate because it takes really long time to recover. So how it works in Marine is if you are blacklisted in a company, every other company you are blacklisted until you finish your medical checkup. So I can't go back to the ship either. And all this was happening, I started really, really falling down. I'm not happy. I'm always sad. I am always grumpy. And that wasn't me. So I lost the sense of purpose in what I need to do, right? And I'm just going to give you a timeline check, right? So first of all, I lost the job, right? Which I thought it's going to help me to build the dream life that I want, right? And right now I have no idea what am I going to do, right? Because what other platforms can I join and then I can do or work or something like that. And that's when I started. I like driving. I drive ship in a way, and I also decided to start driving bus. The long bus, 40-seater bus for tourist travel. I started doing that, and that's the time that if you look in the picture, that was Ben and me. I look super old in the picture. I look like someone come and call me uncle, 40, let's say I'm look like 40 years old back then. That is so embarrassing back then, right? Anyway, so I started to drive bus, but at that point, it was actually during Deepavali. I remember at that year, 4 years ago. I was with my mom. We were traveling, not vacation, just for quick shopping. I broke down because we went into a store to buy a shirt and I couldn't fit into the shirt, but I liked that shirt. Okay, I think so, you should know the brand. It was a Ferrari Puma brand. I mean, I grew up thinking about this kind of brand. It's a dream brand, but I can't fit into it. So I went into the fitting room and I came out. I said, Mom, it doesn't look nice on me. She's like, why? I said, no, I can't fit. I said, just leave and just go out from this shop. She's like, no, you buy it. I said, like, I looked at her and I was like, why should I buy it? I can't fit. She said, no, you buy it. And I was like, okay, never mind, buy lah. I don't know why she wants me to pass it to my younger brothers, which we always do. You know, when you live in a house with 4 brothers, you buy something, you pass it down to other brothers. And anyways, so I bought the shirt and I went to my home. And on the process of going back to my home, on the journey, my mom, I just broke down and I told her that I'm really not happy. I'm an ex-athlete. I do not have any bad habits last time. I used to be super healthy. I used to be super strong. I trained at a very young age. And yes, I know I don't study, but I worked in a good job. And why am I like this right now? Why am I feeling so depressed? Why am I feeling like I'm not so worthy at all? You know what was her answer? I think you should lose weight first. That was her answer. Wasn't promising, wasn't something which I was looking for. I was looking for more like a hug and say, don't worry, my son, things will get better. No, I didn't get that. So, by the way, we are not a family. We hug each other and say, oh, don't worry, we're not that. If you're from an Indian household, you know, your mother will say, shut up and do something else. So it's not going to happen that way. Anyway, and that's when I went Ben, right? Just a hint for you guys, Ben has been doing coaching people for back then, also 3 to 4 years ago. But I have an ego issue, so I didn't went to him and I didn't speak to him about it. Because those days, when we were young, we were the only 2 people thinking about all things together, right? But when you enter community, when you enter the real life and go on, there's a lot of competitions happening, right? And without we realizing, parents find one is smarter, one is not. So we just want to prove things. So things changes. There's nothing wrong in that, right? And so I went down to Ben. So I started this journey of losing weight while me being a bus driver was just to prove my mom and Ben that this method is not going to work. So that's my first thing that when I got started, right? So unfortunately, I was proven wrong, which is not new. It's all the time when it comes to my elder brother and my family, I'm always proven wrong. I lost 22 kilos. But this required something really, really deep down my heart to make it happen. It was my why. Because I know that I am better than this. I know that I am so worthy than this. So I know that that fat, ugly potato that I was, it wasn't me. It was just another version of me that I choose to be. So that's when I started being very serious. 80% nutrition, 20% workout. 6 months down the road, I lost 22 kilos. I felt amazing, right? So at that point, I'm so grateful to my brother for showing me this platform, for the community itself. I am so happy. But here's where things change. So usually people come and look for a coach to lose weight first. But I had an idea at the back of my mind that I always will look at this guy, Ben, that he doesn't look like he's working every day. He's always at home, and every evening, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, he will leave. He'll come back at 10 o'clock, and that's it, his life. So I knew that he was doing something at the back while helping me to lose weight, but I wasn't sure what was it. So that's when I asked him, hey, don't you work? He will be like, I'm working now. I will be like, where? I don't see you wear formal and I don't see you going out. Hey, why do I have to wear formal? I'm a wellness coach. So what does a wellness coach do? Huh? Come and see in the club. This is how he called me in. So I went to the club. So back then, at the time when I was stepping into the club, I wasn't a bus driver anymore. I switched to a customer service job, right? That wasn't my first customer service job. I used to be in the customer service line before I went to the ship. After I came back for a while, I still went in, and then I still went in again. Why? Because it's the only place that you don't need much qualification. You can still get a job. You can pay 2,500, 3,500, 4,000. Anyone can work in the customer service. Those who don't know how to speak also sometimes will get job in there. Trust me, right? So job wasn't a thing. So I went into that. And that's the time. Can I know who over here actually joined BTC? Or planning to join or have joined before? Give me a 3, 4, anything. Give me a me. Me sounds good. So those who actually have joined BTC, you know that you need to be no more 80-20. It's 100% and 100%. You got to really check on your diet. You got to really check on your training. And I know being a bus driver is not going to help me to do that. That's when I switched. Because being a bus driver, you need to eat at odd hours and all that. So it's not possible. And sometimes you got to skip. So being a customer service job, I felt that, there's morning time, there's lunch break, there's tea time, and then there's, finish our working hours, you can go back. So that's why I went there. And for me, I wasn't looking at much of a pay because I wasn't having any much commitment back then. So anything decent would do. That's when I stepped into the club, the so-called church. You know why? You go in, it is so positive. Literally, everyone is like, hey, good morning, hey, high five. And once I'm done there, and I go back to my office, and everyone is like that. So I'm in a 2 different environment every single day because the club was on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday was off back then, right? So I finished my job at 6. I will rush down to the fit club, and I will see these people. It's like so hyped up, so energy, and that's when I decided. It's like I went to the first event and I first club. Just went to the club and actually saw, and I told Ben that I want to do this. What are you doing? Tell me the truth. So he spilled out. He shared to me some. We had a talk. And that's when things start happening, and I decided to do it. So you guys can have a look here. How amazing is the club? I love the people. I love the energy. I love the environment. And I know that this is an environment that I want to be in, right? I'm not saying anything, but I just want you guys to do a self-check. If you're working in a different environment compared to you have been to the fit club environment, you will know the difference, right? Because over here, we have few cultures that we do. We have no gossip. We don't have habits of borrowing money. We don't actually talk bad about each other. Always positive energy, up, 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 high. And that's what missing in the world, I felt, right? So and I was just going to the club every time, and I was earning some part-time income, and I was just going with the flow, for the walk. I enjoy it, but I know I was seeing my brother growing fast, and I wanted to grow with him. And that's where I knew that in order for me to do this better, go ahead with my elder brother and have fun doing what he's doing, I need more time. But I don't have the time because I'm always, for my customer service job, because I don't have a car back then, I need to take a public transport and go. I need to wake up at 5, and then I need to come out from my house. Then I take the bus by 6:30, reach the office by 8:30, 9 o'clock start works. So that whole time traveling and coming after office, going to the club, I don't get much. And also in office, we can't use phone to, text people or talk to people. We can't do that. So I decided to switch job. And that's when it was a very funny story that I worked there solid 6 months just to get a pay slip to take out the car. And I got a car. After I got the car, the next day I quit the job because I just want to have the time to drive whenever I want and be in the fit club whenever I want. So I wanted to create that time freedom I wanted. So if you saw, I repair my health, And then I wanted to get an income just to sustain myself while I'm doing part-time. And when I want to do this part-time, I'm not able to fully do it part-time. I quit a job because I need more time. So I was just testing. I was not a person who straight away, okay, right, let's do this. No, I wasn't that person. But I was like, look, see, try and see, hot water, not cold water, not. So this is how I was moving forward. But everything changed after this amazing event. So I one thing that I knew that this, like, remember I said the community is so positive, they're so good energy. So whatever they are doing, I would say like, oh, okay, I want to join them. I want to just go and feel. So I attended an event which is similar, which is happening, LDW, which is happening on April. Make sure, speak to the person who invite if you're looking for a life change moment, right? So I went, and what I saw there was just super amazing, that these people was super healthy and super fit, and they're happy. I was thinking, how is it possible they can be happy in this outside world, right? That's when I saw these people were all dreamers. They were all achieving big things, but yet they are so happy. And I was like, I don't know what they're doing, but I want to do what they do. I really don't know. So I wanted to do what they do, and I went with it. But after a while, I start understanding how to become a wellness coach, how do you build a business, being an entrepreneur with wellness expert, and all that just put me in a different perspective. And I start realizing that this particular platform that I choose, it gave me time freedom. Going to give me financial freedom. It's going to give me space freedom, because this is exactly what I wanted when I was young. So when I was young, it wasn't that the car, the house, the materials that I wanted. It is the time that I had with my elder brother. Because when I got started in this business as a full-timer, I started becoming an entrepreneur full-timer. All my friends will start asking me, do you even work? The same question I asked Ben. But actually we do. We have time control. So we were having fun, we were playing golf, we will be going out, we'll be going for shopping, we go for have lunch, but we will be working too. So I liked that. I just felt this so strong. I'm back when I was young, like with him. So I felt it was valuable, right? And that's the time I actually start doing things full-time. I was one thing, being a full-time entrepreneur is what I want because of the fruit behind it. All right. So let me just give you another overlook. I came in to actually not just lose weight. I was losing weight at the same time. I was having a mindset at the back. I'm looking for something else in life, something which can help me build a dream life that I want, right? So over here, I want you guys to remember that whatever you want, whatever you are thinking of, put a deeper thought into it, and you will somehow figure it out, and it will come along your way, right? And this is how we are right now. So we have 4 siblings in total, I said to you guys, right? So that's my mom in the middle, and that's another 2 brothers, and then Ben, and then me, right? For a second, I want you guys to just think what I'm going to ask you. Why are we working so hard every single day? Why are we waking up every single day, putting up clothes and going to our work, and sometimes just feel like, why are we doing this? So I felt all that before, because I wasn't someone who was like easy part, 1 point, 1 point. I tried many things before I came to where I am right now. I'm 28 this year, but I've tried a good amount of stuff for me to realize that this is all not going to work, right? And exactly, so if you are you're working hard every single day, because at the end of the day, isn't the materials that you want to buy, isn't the cars that you want to buy, isn't the house that you're going to buy, but to be able to be happy with all that. And as for me, it's that being around my brothers and my mom, and be able to do things with them, and to be realistic as well. To do things, you need you need money, you need to have time, right? So I know that this platform would give me all that, because for the past 2 years, it's going to be 2 years since I've been a full-time entrepreneur right now. There's a lot of changes happen in my life, a lot of ups and downs, but trust me, I'm feeling so happy that I did it, because whenever my mom rings me, I don't have to cry and tell her I'll come back when I get a leave. Because I used to be in the sea, I used to be away from my mom. But right now, no. She calls me and like, give me 5 minutes, I'll be there. Yes, I don't live with my mom. We live separately, each of us. We have our own space, right? So yeah, that's the first thing. Number two, every day I get to spend time with my brothers. And guess what? We are working together in building our dreams together. At the same time, we are still spending time. I'll be like, this is what I want. This is really what I want. So I'm enjoying it. So make sure give priority to your dreams. You don't know how you want to make it happen is another thing. But I want you to start dreaming again, start thinking again. Because when my mentor, which is my elder brother, asked me, what was your dream when you were young? No, this is how he asked me. What was your dream? I got many. Tell me one. I can't answer. Then he asked me, what was your dream when you were young? I'll be like, I can't answer. It's not that we don't know, we forgot. Because over time, we have been moving around with the time and whatever things happening, circumstance, problem, a lot, but it's going layers by layer. So go back and start thinking about it, right? And pretty much right now, I'm really happy that I am doing this full time. I'm helping out more people. I'm empowering and inspiring people to not give up on their dreams and work towards it. And because there is so much in pain outside world, because I always every day I communicate to strangers and all that, right? And that's when what really motivated me to bring this to the next level was the part where I was doing, as you guys all are here in the program, I was doing evaluation for someone, and immediately they start crying. They're saying there's so much of depression, so much of financial issue, family issues. They are pain. I was like, we got to do something about it. Rather than me just thinking about it and feel pity for them, I got to do something about it. Then I knew that if I bring up my mindset into a next level, then I could help them out. So this is a platform that I could help people and I can be valuable to them and I can bring value to them. Not when I get accident or something happens to me in the job and they sack me off and they say bye-bye. So I knew where I want to be, right? So it's not, again, I'm saying it's not a one-way ticket, like straight away to a thing. It could be for some people, but I tried a lot of things because at the back of my mind, I know what I wanted, right? So for those who are actually looking for things such as in life, or for an opportunity to understand what are we coaches actually doing, make sure, tune in tomorrow at 3:30. It's our concept overview, where you guys will actually get a very quick review or understanding about we as a wellness coaches and an entrepreneur, what we do, how do we bring value to people, and how do we actually earn out of it as well, right? Awesome. So that's about it, guys, from me. Hope actually you guys understood how I came from point A to point B. And if there's anything else that you guys want to know about, please don't be shy, ask us, right? So